We're now 3 days into Indiana Fever training camp, and let me just say, Sophie Cunningham is turning heads. Welcome back to the high-energy, always unpredictable world of Fever camp. And today, it's all about Sophie. Some new footage just dropped, and honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing. We've always known Sophie as more of a forward. Phoenix used her a lot at the 4 spot, more of a power forward role. But here's where things get interesting. Lexi Brown recently mentioned on her Full Court podcast that Sophie's real position might actually be the 3, small forward. And when you think about it, it makes total sense. That role fits her natural game, especially with how the Fever are planning to run a fast, motion-heavy offense this season. Lexi believes this could be a breakout year for Sophie, a chance to show way more than what she did in Phoenix, where she was slightly out of position. But after watching the latest tape, I'm thinking, why stop at just the 3? What if I told you Sophie could realistically play the 1, 2, 3, and even the 4? Thanks to her experience with the Mercury. I know what you're thinking, Sophie Cunningham at the 1, running point? Sounds wild, right? But hear me out. In this footage, you literally see her bringing the ball up the floor. Yep, Sophie with the rock in her hands, directing the offense like a true floor general. She's calling out plays, managing the tempo, dishing it off. Quick pass to Jalen, then boom, a smooth cross-court feed to Lexi. Clean, sharp, confident. What really jumps off the screen though,
fast or whatever and run. Like make them run. Like we need to be quicker than that group over there.
Okay.
Her leadership. She's in the huddles, speaking up, motivating teammates. You hear her saying things like, let's pick it up. We've got to outpace them. That's not just playing, that's taking control of the game. And from what we're seeing, it looks like the Fever coaching staff is letting her try out some minutes at point guard. They're clearly experimenting. Now look, full transparency. It's only day 3 of camp, and players are still adjusting. I've been keeping an eye on Sydney Colson's passing, and while she's bringing her usual energy, her playmaking hasn't fully clicked just yet. Totally normal this early in camp. That's what this time is for. Testing rotations, trying new combinations, figuring out what works. And if we're being real, I could totally see Sophie giving Caitlin Clark or anyone in the backcourt a solid breather during games. She's that versatile. Put her at the 1 for a few minutes? Sure. Slide her to the 2? Absolutely. Shift her up to the 3 or 4? No problem. She looks comfortable in every spot. She's hitting targets across the court. Her passes are on time, on point, and in some of the other clips, you'll see her spotting up on the wing, knocking down threes like it's nothing. No matter where she lands in the Fever rotation, one thing is crystal clear. Sophie Cunningham is making a serious case as one of the most versatile and valuable pieces on this team. But honestly, this is just classic Sophie Cunningham. Exactly what you'd expect from her. So I saw a post recently that broke things down really well. It showed the Indiana Fever's depth chart, not including camp contracts or rookies, and it gave some pretty good insight. Let's walk through it. At point guard, the 1, you've got Caitlin Clark, Sophie, Sydney Colson, and Kelsey Mitchell. At shooting guard, the 2, it's Kelsey again, plus Lexi Hull, Sophie, and even Caitlin making an appearance. Small forward, the 3? That's Destany Henderson DB, Lexi, and again, Sophie. At power forward, the 4, it's Nalissa Smith, aka Flash, Brianna Turner, Bry, Damiris Dantas, DB, and yep, Sophie again. And finally at center, the 5. It's Aaliyah Boston, Dantas, Bry, and Flash. But here's the thing, you don't see Sophie listed at the 5, and that's fair. Let's be real. If she had to go up against someone like Jonquel Jones, she'd probably get launched out of bounds. So no, we're not expecting her to play center. But here's what is exciting, versatility. That might be the Fever's biggest strength this year. Players like Sophie who can slide into almost any role from the 1 to the 4, depending on matchups. That kind of flexibility is rare. She gives the coaching staff so many options, and if Dantas really has her 3-point shooting and playmaking dialed in like some are saying, she could shift between the 3, 4, and even 5 when needed. That kind of lineup adaptability, that might just be Indiana's secret weapon this season. Honestly, I could see Sophie becoming the X factor off the bench, especially in tight games. She's experienced, confident, and now she's showing off a much wider skill set than we've seen from her before. And get this, just earlier today during training camp, she was interviewed by the media, so clearly people are starting to take notice.
So I guess, Caitlin, you play with a point guard like DT who can get you the ball anywhere, and does that kind of help you with the learning curve a little bit?
Yeah, I think anytime you play with the GOAT of our team, or the GOAT of our game, you're going to learn a lot. You know, you have to be ready for the ball, head on a swivel at all times. And the way that she throws the ball is a lot how DT threw it. I think this is just the younger version of her, so she has a little bit more energy, a little bit more spunk. I miss DT in her prime, but it doesn't mean she wasn't great when I played with her. But honestly, at the end of the day, everybody can shoot, right? If you're cutting and you're open, you're going to get the ball. And so you just have to be ready for that. And I'm excited for that. And I think you'll see 1 through 5 is interchangeable. And so you'll see the 5 bring the ball down. So it's going to be a little different for other teams to play defense against us as well.
Okay, here's the funny part. I had already written this whole breakdown before Sophie Cunningham's interview dropped. And then in the interview, she straight up says that positions 1 through 5 are totally interchangeable, which basically just confirms everything I've been saying. That kind of flexibility is exactly what could make the Indiana Fever so dangerous this season. It's the same kind of system that made South Carolina's college teams so hard to beat. Constant rotation, non-stop movement, and no predictable matchups. They kept opponents on their toes by never letting them settle in. And when you can't predict what's coming, it's nearly impossible to defend. Now, were those squads the most talented ever? Maybe not, but they were elite because they were unpredictable. And now you've got Sophie Cunningham, who can slide anywhere from the 1 to the 4. That kind of adaptability gives the Fever a massive edge. Plus, the team even shared some behind-the-scenes content showing how much Sophie brings to the group, not just through her skills, but through her energy and personality. So real quick, let's check out the kind of vibes she's bringing to this team. So in this moment right here, it looks like James Boyd from The Athletic asked Sophie Cunningham about what it's been like making the switch to a new team, especially one where several players already know what it takes to win championships. He basically asked, "You've been around winners before, so what's it like stepping into a new group of champions and helping build that winning culture here?"
You've been around winners before. What is it like to join a new group of winners and kind of establish that culture here?
No, I just think that's what they were doing in the offseason. They were trying to get winners, people who know how to compete, people who want to win, and put that together with experience, people who have championships. And so when you have that type of combination, and us kind of young bucks, I'm kind of a tweener, and then you have the vets, you know, you're just trying to be a sponge, you're trying to learn, you're trying to be good now, but at the end of the day, you're trying to be the best when it's preseason, right? And so that's why you have those vets, is so you can learn from them. They've been around the game for a really long time, and that's kind of the refreshing part about being on this team, is that everybody wants to learn, and so everyone's dialed in.
I've started to notice a bit of a pattern here. Every single player who's been interviewed keeps saying the exact same thing. Everyone wants to be here, and that really means something. No matter what outside noise is going on, no matter what people assume about personal agendas or storylines, the vibe inside this camp is crystal clear. This group is locked in, they're focused, they're showing up, putting in the work, and grinding with one goal in mind: to reach the next level of basketball. Sophie Cunningham even brought it up again in another interview. It's a message we keep hearing over and over. Everyone is all in, everyone is pushing themselves, and honestly, that's the kind of culture that separates a good team from a great one. Let's check out exactly what Sophie had to say about it.
You've learned that you're being traded here, and then to see all the free agent pickups with the already established core, kind of like you're talking about.
Yeah.
Does that excite you about the potential of this team?
Oh my gosh. You know, I'm not going to put any poster board material up there, but I do think that everyone knows that we have something special here. I think a lot of teams have a lot of teams that are special, a lot of rosters that are special, but can you put it together? Can you put aside your agendas? Can you come into work every single day when you're tired, when you're sore, and still get something done and stack the days? And that's what we're doing. Today was tough, you know what I mean? Like, we've been going for a long time. They haven't been, this is not an easy training camp, I'll tell you that, but I think we're going to be better for it, and I think if you ask anyone, everyone kind of just feels that nice energy.
You said it's not easy. What stands out that makes it so difficult?
Oh my gosh, I'm on year 7, and I did not believe people when they're like, hey, when you get old, you're going to know. Boy, I think I'm starting to get old, and I hate saying that. But no, it's just, we play fast, right? We're going to be quick. We're a run and gun, we're a shooting team, but with that, you got to get your cardio. With that, you have to play fast, but play smart, and so there's a fine line between that, and we're all trying to get that. There's a lot of people here, a lot of different rotations, a lot of people that you haven't played with before, so you have to know where they want the ball, when they want it, their rhythm, their style of play, and so a lot of people are learning, but it's fun, right? Everyone's excited to be here, everyone's working hard. We've had 3 really, really good days.
This team, they're actually serious, and you can feel it. A big reason for that, head coach Stephanie White. She's all about handling business. Now don't get it twisted, they're still having fun. You've got Caitlin Clark cracking jokes, Sophie Cunningham always hyping everyone up, and Sydney Colson being, well, classic Sid. There's definitely personality in that gym, but when it's time to lock in, Stephanie White doesn't play. She's focused, intentional, and all about the details. Just watch her. Every move has a purpose. No wasted time, no extra fluff. Even the clips they've been posting online, the playbook is blurred out. That's how locked in they are. No gimmicks, no games. This is a team with real goals, and a coach who's making sure every single detail is tight. Take a look for yourself. This is what it looks like when you're building a legit contender.
And we are not taking the easy way out on defense! All right, y'all, how's everybody feel?
So good.
So good? Good, I love it. Hey, day three, we can't have this. Spacing, okay, timing, setting and using screens, communication on the defensive end, coverage on the defensive end, and then when we make mistakes, we gotta play through it. Don't stop, don't compound it. Play through it, figure it out, problem solve in live action, okay? We'll be able to make plays because of that. All right, let's go, y'all, have a good day. Here we go, together, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Bro, did you just see that pass from Caitlin Clark? I don't think y'all were really watching right there. No, seriously, run that back. Let's break down what just happened because that was straight up crazy.
Our body to move quickly and our minds to slow down. Okay, that's part of putting us in situations where it's not going to be a structure, where there's going to be some chaos. It's up to you to start to find the calm in the chaos. We got to learn to find space in chaos so that we can put people in positions to be successful.
What's really jumping out right now is the balance. They're not messing around and the whole squad is locked in and taking this seriously. But at the same time, the energy is amazing. There's constant high fives, encouragement, and support flying around. It just feels like a real team out there. And honestly, this is starting to feel like it's gonna be a crazy fun season for the Indiana Fever. I'm hyped, and I know a lot of you are too. The chemistry's real, the intensity is there, and they're clearly enjoying every moment of it. Perfect example, Sophie and Caitlin. Those two are like besties who'd get separated in school for talking too much. It's even become a full-blown meme now. Caitlin dancing, Sophie hyping her up from the sideline. It's comedy gold. Anyway, day 3 of training camp is in the books. Drop your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ride this fever wave with us. We're not here to chase greatness, we're here to claim it. Now let's go.
Some say we arrived because the world knows our name. Now you know, that was never the destination. From the court to the culture, we own the moment. We're not here to chase greatness, we're here to claim it. Our ambitions don't fit into headlines or highlight reels. Our road games sound like home games because our fans don't ask for permission to dominate. So if you thought we arrived,
2 more for Boston.
now you know. We're not here for the moment. We're here for the takeover.